Okay, I've been over these gussets, and I've tried to review the notes of Michelle that I posted that you are following. And so this is what the problems that you all are having. I've tried to duplicate on a number of different ways by looking at her notes and seeing what was there any really difference in it. Now this is the pattern for my tunnel envelope bag that I entered in the contest. You know, the one with the scallop bottom here. And of course this is the tunnel part of the pattern. And then I got my little broken bottom in there so that it bends up and flattens out the way I wanted it to. And then of course, got the tunnel. We got the lip here in our gusset that we sewed down. This is like fabric, and you're gonna sew a cross stitch down to get that. And then of course we got our little foot that goes down to match the bottom of your scallop, down the bottom of your false bottom. Okay, and you can see how that'll fit in there. Now, I've looked at the notes and I've tried to figure out why many of you are having little gaps and stuff. And I think I might have figured out, but this is what I'm going to do. I cut this gusset out of Michelle's. I tried to I got my tailored kind of gusset out of Michelle's notes. And I got this. It could be a tear out if I needed it, like the original one I made, which is this one here. So, you know, so I just went back to my notes and just really did it each way, like as many times as I could, to see what might be the issue. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and show you how I did it. Okay, and what I did is this. My first measurement is my flat bottom here, and it's 3.5. So I'm going to go over to my score line and go out 1.7 or 1 3/4, which is here. That's going to give me my 3.5. Okay. Then I'm going to draw my line. Put a pen here. Make sure my measurements here. This is 1.5. No, this is wrong. It looks like 1 3/4. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and just draw a line. That's going to be my B line. Okay. Next line we got to make is our C line, according to her notes. And that represents how much you want the top to open. And in this case, I wanted it to open 5. So what I did was, I went 2.5. And then I drew my line. Now these are Michelle's notes. Now, from that point, the pinholes that I have on my front and back, let me see, where is it? Right there. It's a 1/2 inch from the edge, 1/2 inch up, because that's what I wanted to sew. That's what I needed around here. and I have a lot of shape. And so then this is line C. So then you take your awl and you put it on this line A. So you basically go like this, find the line, then you spring it over like this and make your shape. Then you stop at line B, okay? Stop right there, okay? Right at line B. Now, when I cut this out, I'm supposed to drop down about 1/8 of an inch from the top so that my gusset doesn't peek over the top of the bag, and then I cut. Now I'm supposed to cut the shape. Let me look at some of the gussets I've already cut to show you what I'm talking about here. This is my original, and it fits pretty good. But your shape is what you gotta get. And you get your shape. When I got my shape over here on my edge, I kind of found out that it's not as like rounded, I think, as it should be, so I kind of modified it a little bit. And now I'm going to cut it out. But now I'm going to cut it out. Let me show you what I did here. I'm going to just keep going and see if this is what happened to you. I might have cut that wrong. Okay. Then I'm going to go down here and cut out to my line B. Okay. Now, what I wanted to do is to make sure that my legs here, or my little feet, are going to be the same length as this. So maybe I go, that's 3/4. So I go up 3/4 of an inch. And in this case, I'm going to pin. Okay? There you go. Now, with that being done, I'm going to go up and cut like this. Okay? Then I'm going to open and score across like this. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut it out. I'm going to do it like this. Cut it out. I could go down just to make sure my thing is going to be okay. Cut like this, just a little bit. I do this sometimes. And cut across. And there I got my gusset like this. Now I need it to fit, but I need a 1/2 inch score. So what I'm going to do is go over here and pin. I'm going to fold it again. And this may be a modification because I have to adapt this shape and I need my sewing allowance. So what I'm going to do is go over a 1/2 inch. I'm going to pin. And this is a 1/2 inch down here. So I'm going to score my like this on that side. I'll try scoring it again and see what I get. Now I got, I hope I got all that in frame. Now I got something like this. And when I hold this up, this is what I got, okay? So now I want to see if it fits my front and back and my bottom, okay? So we're going to take this one off, put this one on, and see what we got. Put my little clip here, and put one down here. Okay, this piece is going to be up on my gusset like this. So, I mean on my bottom like that. So let's put our bottom in place and see what we have on this end. Let's line up our middle. Get a little clip. Hold that in place. And let's put this in order and see what we get. This will go up into there, this goes down, and we clip it into place. Okay. And we clip this into place. Now, as you can see, I took it out of frame. I got a little bit of a gap there. Okay, so let me show you what the second thing I did. And so what I think is all you have to do is once you get that little bit of a gap, I mean it's actually not even a gap. Well, I guess it is. It's just that I didn't get the shape the way it needed to be. You see what I mean? Right there. Is that what you guys are getting? So what I did, and this is on my original, you can see that I had the same, I just made the adjustment, and now my pattern fits, okay? I just made the adjustment. I said, oh, okay, and I made the adjustment to the pattern. Because the technique works, it's just the completion of the shape. Now, the other way I did it was to just, this one is a little bit better, but the other thing I did was also go over to line C and continue the shape, but what happened there is that the shape became a little bit too big and I had to shave it down. So I think, and I hope this thing will help, is that if you get to the point where you are, you know, like a degree off or that touch of an off, just modify the pattern. Now, if you're something like that, then you've done something totally wrong. But if you're just a degree off, I think the pattern, I think the technique doesn't take into account when I go over it, getting the exact shape and see, and that's where you're at. And then on my original pattern, I made the tweak, and it was perfect from then on. Okay. I hope that helps you guys.